The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
Hi, this is Brad Marcus, and welcome to another episode of Toilet Side Wrestling Talk. Today's guest is a United States Navy veteran and has worked for such promotions as GCW, Pro Wrestling 2.0, Action Wrestling, Beyond, AEW Dark, Go Wrestle, Firestar Pro Wrestling, and I could go on. He's part of the tag team Culture Inc., along with Eli Knight and Nick Holiday, and has shared the ring with likes of Lee Johnson, Brock Anderson, Aiden Agro, YouTube sensation Darman, The Danger Kid, Jalen Brandon, Trayvon Jordan, and I could go on. So let's welcome today's guest, someone who's never purposely caused a volcanic eruption. I give you the Integrator, Malik Bosede. Hey Malik, what's going on?
Hey, what's up?
That was you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure about that. Thank you for coming on tonight at the beginning of the week. I really appreciate your time, of course.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Okay. Is a 420 advocate what I think it is?
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
Where do you reside right now?
Orlando, Florida.
Okay. Is it legal in Florida?
Yes.
Like recreationally?
Medicinally.
Medicinally. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's great. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that's what I thought it was. So did you grow up in Florida?
For the most part, yes.
Okay. Where did you start out?
Central Florida.
Okay.
Here I've lived in different states, from New York to Texas, the islands from St. Lucia, St. Thomas. But for the most part, Orlando.
Were your parents or parent in the military?
No, not at all. My mom is uh, born in St. Lucia. My dad's from St. Thomas.
Okay, so then how are you going between like New York and all these places?
Oh, that's
These
just like
stops?
from the span of my age, like just life in general. I mean, if
Oh,
I talk about
okay, okay.
yeah, if I talk about youth wise, then it was just Florida for the most part.
And did
It
you
was like
ever go
after
to? Would you
oh,
guys
excuse me, go
go
ahead.
visit like your dad's parents and your grandparents?
Yeah, well, okay, so unfortunately, I didn't have the honor and pleasure to meet my mom's parents.
Mm-hmm.
They were both deceased when she was younger. But I got to see my grandfather and my grandmother from my dad's side, so a lot.
Would you see them regularly?
My grandmother, yes. My grandfather was in St. Thomas.
Okay, okay. And so in Central Florida, how far are you to water?
About a good 30. Okay, so how I drive, I could
Okay.
probably get there in about like 30 minutes. But
Oh,
out
okay.
on
That's not bad.
average, yeah, it's not bad. Well, on average, you're probably gonna spend about 40, 45.
And is it generally just very nice where you live, like temperature wise?
Yes. I mean, I'm used to tropical climate. A lot of people complain about heat.
Uh-huh.
I'm used to it, so it's like it could be like 90-degree weather and I'll be okay. I'll still
Oh,
come out with like a black shirt and like basketball shorts and won't even complain about it.
what's a cold day for you?
Anything below 70. I do not play with anything below
Really?
70. Yes, anything. This is my saying. Anything below 70, jacket. I don't care. I don't. And I lived in New York. I was
Oh,
miserable.
yeah. Have you
I
ever
was
had a
miserable.
Christmas in cold weather?
Yes, and it was miserable.
It was miserable. There wasn't
It was
anything
miserable.
nice like about. Was it a white Christmas?
Yeah, I mean, it's I guess by the definition, it was snowing, and I got to spend time with my family. But honestly, I was cooped up in their place. Honestly, it was just too much for me.
You hated every minute.
I didn't like going outside,
So
even
was
when
that
I'm on
your
the road,
worst
man.
Christmas?
No, I wouldn't say that's my. Well, let me see.
Did you have a
Wow.
worst Christmas?
Oh, okay. So I'm not a big I'm not a big person on Christmas. I
Mm-hmm.
don't personally per se celebrate Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I do it with my family and
Mm-hmm.
and any loved ones that I have that they celebrate, I'll celebrate it with them. But for me per se, I
Mm-hmm.
don't celebrate it. So I really can't say I had a bad Christmas.
Oh, perfect. That's a great answer. Did you celebrate a Christmas when you were a little kid?
Oh
Like a
yes.
tree and stockings and that kind of
Oh
stuff?
yes. The whole enchilada, like everything.
And did your parents did they tell you about that Santa Claus was real and let you figure it
I
out on your own, or did they?
So my mom and dad allowed me to believe in Santa Claus up to the age of when's the last time I believed in it? I think I was like 9 or 10
Oh
because I
wow!
actually left out some milk and cookies. Yeah, it was crazy. Oh, what it had to be close. Was it between the age of 8 to 10? Like I remember I left out milk and cookies for no reason. Well, not for Santa, but me looking back at it now, it's like, what the hell? And then I saw my dad eat it.
What was that?
I saw my dad eat it, so it was like.
Oh, you saw him eat it. Oh, that's
So oh,
hilarious.
okay.
Okay, this isn't this isn't the Christmas show, but I want to. So then, how did it go from like a little boy like leaving milk and cookies out, um, to not even celebrating? If would you be fine if there wasn't even a Christmas at this point?
I would definitely be fine about
Did something bad happen, like sitting on a Santa's lap, or that went south, or?
it. Not at all. It's just I believe it's commercialized.
Hmm.
If you love somebody, it's almost like how I look at Valentine's Day. It's like if you love somebody, why you have to wait till like that one time of year to shower them with gifts, or you could be bad all year, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna be good for this month, and and now erase everything off Santa's list. It's just a lot of stuff behind it. I don't mean to sound like a downer on it, because again, if somebody had a Christmas party, I'm gonna go celebrate it with a Santa hat on.
Yeah,
I'm
totally.
not gonna ruin nobody's no, I'm not gonna ruin nobody's parade. But me per se, my logic is it's like, it's commercialized. That's when the big companies want to overprice everything else. People who's already like making ends meet to provide for the family might end up feeling like crap. Oh, excuse me, is this an 18 over audience?
You say whatever you want. Yeah, yeah, totally.
Cool. So you have parents that feel like shit because they're not able to provide give to their kids because the commercial on TV saying, "Oh, you must have this, you must have this, you must have this, you must have this," and like, Mom, Dad, why can't I have this? I mean, granted, for
Yeah.
me, I was never in that position, thankfully,
Hmm.
but I could understand how a parent would feel like crap when they're busting their butt. I'm talking about
Yeah.
24/7 to provide. And just because of the damn TV and what they're pushing on commercials, it makes it feel that much less. And suicide rates go up around this time. There's a lot of ugly. A lot of people
Yeah.
they try to mask with a lot of good, but unfortunately, a lot of ugly that a lot of people don't want to talk about.
So so what you were saying about Valentine's Day, I think you're right. I think February 14th should be ignore your spouse day. And every other day treat them great. You know what I mean? Like same with Christmas,
I can go
leave
with
me
that.
alone day and just you don't have to interact with anybody. And then the 364 others day, you be kind and like okay. So the holiday edition of the show, I guess it turned into. But let's get back. So
Gotcha.
the neighborhood that you grew up, what was the neighborhood like that you grew up in?
It was good. It was good. Um, it was normal. Kids outside. I grew up in the '90s, so it was not like it was like um technology based. We're always outside
Yeah,
playing sports. Being social. Just doing whatever. Sometimes maybe get in a little bit of trouble, who knows, little kid stuff.
sure, of
But
course.
it was a great experience growing up.
Did um did you have siblings?
Yes, I'm the oldest of four.
Really? What are the genders?
Two males, two females.
Two males, and so you're the oldest. What's the from the youngest to you? What's the age difference?
My sister is 2 years younger than me, and then my other sister is 7 years younger than me, and then my brother's 8 years younger than me.
Oh wow.
So it's
Okay.
like two sets of two, basically.
Did they ever gang up on you and like make you do gross stuff or do gross things
No,
to you?
I was the mischievous one of the siblings.
Let me
I was
throw
the one
something
who
at you, and then
talked
you'd
to me.
see, and then see if you've outdone this. One of my
Okay.
brother's favorite things, growing up, he was 3 years older, but he wasn't like much bigger. One of his favorite things would hold me down, spit into my mouth. Okay, but his
Oh, I can't
favorite,
beat that.
yeah, 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 I would
Yeah,
flip out for
I can't beat
days. Um,
that.
he would like fly into like the bathroom while I was taking a shower, like swing the curtain and just start urinating on me. You know what I mean? Did have you done anything to that degree? Multiple
Not at
times
all.
that happened, by the way.
Not at all. The worst I've done, joke wise, was probably in the shower, just throw cold water over the top.
Oh, okay. Well, again,
Yeah.
that's just as bad.
I was a terrorizer. It was like I got my laughs off of terrorizing my siblings stuff, but
Were your parents
in their
harder
own
on
each
you?
way. Oh yes. Oh, I was. Listen, according to my parents,
Uh,
out of all my siblings, I got the most ass whoopings. Um, than those three combined.
And that was still allowed back then, like in the
I
90s
believe
and
in it. I
80s
turned
when
out
I
just
grew up.
fine.
Yeah, totally.
I
I remember
no,
the
my bad. Go
last
ahead.
time I got a spanking from my mom, I laughed, and that was the last time it ever happened.
Oh, you wild. Oh, you wild. Oh no. Oh no,
But
you don't do
I was
that.
probably like 7 or 8 at the time.
Oh no, that's no, 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 no.
So
You
okay,
don't
let me ask you a question. Do you have kids now?
talk to me. No kids.
Oh, you're a lucky man because we like that you can't do anything physical like to children now. You can't lay a finger
Exactly.
on them like our parents may have done. You just have to mentally abuse them. That's the best
But
way to
that's the
do
word, and that's worse because that sticks
it. Yeah.
with them.
Yep.
Here's the thing.
Exactly.
Let, let's talk about this real quick.
Hmm.
Okay, so on the punishment and such, when it
Hmm.
comes to beating your kids, I am fully behind it
Hmm.
because at the end of the day, the ones who get whooped are the ones who more likely turn out just okay. Is the ones that
Hmm.
you let slide and let do whatever you want to do. Is the one that goes and does the horrendous stuff, whatever it may be.
Hmm.
Because there's no discipline inserted in them. Like, oh, go sit in the corner. What's that gonna do? No. sometimes you have to whip a little ass, and hey, like I told my parents, I was like, hey, I turned out just fine. So trust me, when I have kids, I'm gonna beat my kids too if need be.
And
It just
you learn the lesson that time. It only takes one time, and you
exactly.
learn that lesson.
I mean, there's a difference between beating and abusing. I'm fully against abusing.
Totally,
But
totally.
so and I never got abused. But disciplined, oh yes. I got took into the woodshed.
Yeah, and like, and
You
did you
know.
ever like say, well, why don't you, yell at them? And was it because you're older and you should know better?
No, they were just good compared to what I
They
was.
were good. They were
I
well
was,
behaved.
yeah, they were good. They rarely got in trouble, honestly. And if they did get in trouble, it wasn't like nothing that was like I think like my sister probably got whooped probably like one time her whole life, and my other siblings really didn't. So I
Were
was
you
hmm?
were the four of you close?
Oh yes, still close to this day.
Like, were you like everyone knew, like, yeah, like you guys in the neighborhood?
Excuse me. I'm sorry, I
Like,
didn't
okay,
catch that.
so where I grew up, like my cousins lived down the street, my brother and I, and so we kind of like, we're like everyone
Oh,
knows our
like
family in the neighborhood. Was it the same way?
yeah, I mean, 'cause I was always outside a lot, and I had grew up with a lot of friends and everything else. Everybody
Hmm.
knew like, oh, okay, that's Malik's siblings,
Yeah.
So then my cousins didn't live as far, they lived just basically a highway over, 20
Oh
minute
wow.
drive,
Did
so it's like, go ahead.
did your parents both work?
Oh yes,
Do you mind if I ask what they did for a living?
medical profession and
Uh-huh.
customer service. Well, not customer service, like I would say retail management as a
Yeah.
profession. So more like district.
Was everybody home for dinner
Yes.
every night?
Oh yeah.
And so your personality, I'm guessing, was like the mischievous one.
Yeah, I just unfortunately, you know, I couldn't sit still at times, so I was getting a
Did
little bit of
you
trouble.
did you learn of wrestling in your home?
Yes, me and my dad used to watch it growing up. My dad's the one who put me onto it because my dad liked wrestling as
Oh man,
well,
you're
and
lucky.
then when I got came of age to actually sit down and start understanding what I'm watching, I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, and then and being outside also with the boys, they
Mhm.
watch wrestling as well too. So we be wrestling outside in the
Oh,
yard as well.
does your dad still watch wrestling?
Till this day,
Wow, that's
till
so.
this day.
You're so lucky. Like, like to be able to watch like something that you are passionate about with your dad. Like, I watch, I've watched baseball and that, blah blah blah, but like wrestling's different. I would kill to have that relationship in my life.
Here's
But I don't feel
oh,
threatened. I'm not coming after you to take your father
that's all
unless he
good.
wants to adopt. I'm 45, but I can do stuff around the house. Um, so, so did you guys ever go to shows together?
Yes, actually, the first show that I went to, my dad took. He took all of us. He took me, my mom, my siblings, and we went to a Nitro, WCW Nitro show in 97, 96, 97. I believe it was 97 actually.
Yeah. Do you remember what the like main event was?
I believe
NWO.
Diamond Dallas Page was in it
Oh, really?
because I actually have a picture of when I was younger. And maybe I'll crop out my siblings too because
Uh-huh.
they're not gonna want their younger picture online.
Sure.
But there's a picture of me like holding up
Oh,
the
really?
Diamond Cutter sign. Yeah, I was a big fan of DDP
Oh, that's
also.
and because is wrestling in Florida different? Is like because there's so many wrestlers down there?
I can't honestly answer that question 'cause I'm not too sure. It's just like
Okay.
I guess in regards to me,
Mhm.
are you talking about current times or like me growing up?
Growing up.
Oh yeah, then I definitely can answer that question. I'm not sure. Just just a thing to watch. It
Mm-hmm.
was very big, at least amongst me and my friends, and then me and my father. Um, and we just
Were
it's
you
just something
guys
to watch.
aware? Were you guys aware of like independent wrestling at the time?
Not at all. Oh my
Oh, okay.
goodness. Uh, we'll I know we'll touch that later on in the
Okay,
conversation.
okay.
So I'll say
All
that till
right. So Malik goes to high school.
then.
Were you did you like play on team sports or do other creative?
Yes, I actually ran track,
Oh, nice. What event did you run or
the 4 by
events?
1 on the 100.
Oh, really? What was your best time in the 100?
Uh, I'm giving away my age
Okay,
now.
hon. I'll ask a question. Under 12 seconds?
Yes. Oh, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes,
In
yes,
the
yes. But that was
11s?
slow as dirt.
Yeah,
I
working my
think
way down.
I think my fastest probably was like 11:1, eleven
Oh,
two.
wow.
So
That's pretty
and
impressive.
that it has to be around there. If I'm mistaken, then at the most it'd probably be like 11:4 at the most. But I know there's people that was like people smoking me with a 10:8, 10:7.
Really?
Yeah. So
Let me ask you a
I
question.
talk to me.
So now that we're on this subject,
Mhm.
I how are is there going to be a certain point where the world record for the 100 physically can't be broken anymore? I mean, like it was like Carl Lewis and Ben Johnson and Leroy Burrell and all these guys.
I think you know what?
Like, could you ever see someone running at like an 8-9?
Yes.
Really? You think the
In the
human body could
future,
do that?
eh, the human body is so much more beyond our imagination.
Uh,
I definitely believe it could if somebody could tap in their body just right by
wow,
treating their body right, meditation, yoga, eating healthy, everything else. If they're tapped into the body, I believe it could be broken each time,
wow,
even up to an eight.
wow. All right,
People
we're
gonna call me
having another.
crazy, but
No.
I can take care of the body.
It gives me hope. Like, oh, okay, this is gonna. I'll keep an eye on this. So you're in high school. Is
Mhm.
what about how are you as a student at that point? Getting by?
Academic wise. Oh, that was good. I was
Oh,
good.
okay.
I got good grades. I got good
Are,
grades.
am I sensing like detentions and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Detentions,
okay.
ISS, the good stuff, you know, that comes along with being in trouble.
Yeah, don't feel bad about it. I wasn't allowed in the
Oh, I laugh.
library
They
for.
always the people that used to get mad at me because I'd be coming in with headphones or I'd just be like making like little jokes. I'm not a comedian by any
Yeah,
chance,
yeah,
but if there's a chance to make a joke, I'd
yeah. Of
throw one in there.
course.
So, this basically class disruptor. Then the physical stuff at times because I've been in high school fights, obviously. So,
Had you at by age 18 had you taken a punch to the face?
oh, plenty,
Oh, okay, good. So
plenty.
you knew at that like by the time you turned
Oh
18 how to
yes,
take a punch.
I knew how to take a punch in the face since the age of 10.
Wait, why were you getting punched in the face so
Oh no, this is me. My first
just
fight was
screwing
like
around?
no, it was like an actual fist fight, like at the age of
Oh,
10 years
wow.
old. Yeah.
Did you
So
ever lose a
it was
tooth?
no.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was gonna say you have like a nice
Thank God
bleeding smile.
I've never lost a tooth
Wow, you're
in a
lucky.
fight. I've never been knocked out in a fight.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah,
Is
so
there
yes,
any
no,
okay, you don't have to give me
Mhm.
any details,
It's all
but
good.
is there one fight that you were like happy about? You know what I mean? Like the results?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Oh
okay, good.
yes.
All right,
Oh
good. You're
yes.
enjoying it and embracing it.
I
Did you
know
have
there was
a
one that somebody had it coming to
oh,
them,
really?
and it was
You're glad
I
it
I
happened.
yeah, I told everybody it was gonna be me. I was gonna be the one to hand them their ass, and everybody was like, "Oh shit!" And when I handed them their ass,
Wow.
so
I wish I was strong. So at this point, you're in high school. Did you have a post high school plan?
Not at all, actually. I mean, when I was in high school, I was just living to live, you know. I was having a good time in high school, you know. I was,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I was doing my schoolwork, you know. I was passing my school. Actually, I graduated with more credits than I needed, actually.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but still got in trouble.
Did your
But you know,
parents
obviously
stress
partying.
like getting your like schoolwork done and all that?
Oh yes, my oh listen,
Did they have
schoolwork.
expectations for you after high school?
Oh, definitely.
Okay,
Schoolwork. First of all, academics in this household is one of the top tier important things like to that my parents enforced on us. Is like
sure.
you are not gonna fail in school. You are not gonna fail out. You're not gonna drop out. No, nothing like it was pushed heavily, and thank God it was. You know, so I'm not saying that me as a person I would have looked the other option. You
Uh-huh.
know, for for whatever may reason it may be, but just the fact that I had that reinforcement in the house was like, hey, no, hey, you have homework? No, okay, I'm gonna email your teacher. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna call your teacher. If I find out you're lying, I'm whooping you.
Yeah, 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 totally.
Oh, my bad. I got homework in my backpack. Let me get it real quick.
Yeah, totally. I almost forgot. Um, so what did they want you to go on to like did they expect you were gonna go on to college?
Yes, our college was pressed on us, but at one point, and I joined the military.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when my parents seen that as an option, that's where they pushed me more towards, and they reinforced my idea of going into the military. So
So did you go in right, after like graduation?
I graduated May 9. Oh, like I forgot, May 19th, 2005. Um, and I was in boot camp June 27th, 2005.
Wow, wow. Did you put a lot of
No
thought into
summer.
it before enlisting?
Yay and nay. I
Okay.
was just like I was like, oh, these benefits, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then like the thing that got me actually to join the Navy was the uniform. It was like a Johnny Cash outfit,
Yeah.
black on black on black on black with a black tie. It was clean. When I seen it, I was like, I want to join them because of how it looks. And and so I did, you know. And
So
that and
so
I was just
so from
go ahead.
Florida, where did they send you?
Okay, so I went to Great Lakes, aka Great Lakes, Illinois, which is aka Great Mistakes.
Wait, is
Um,
that Fort Sheridan?
no,
No, okay.
no, it's a naval training base.
Okay.
And then from there, I got sent to Meridian, Mississippi for my
Hmm.
training. And then from there, I got stationed in Jacksonville, Florida, unfortunately.
Would you ever return to any of these places you were stationed at to visit? Vacation?
Oh, definitely. I mean, well, not
Oh, okay.
vacation, but the drive-through to see it. I mean, yeah, I mean, well, Jacksonville, I've been through there a few times for shows and stuff, so, and it's right there, so I could easily just drive
Uh-huh.
through it if I wanted to, like, see my old apartment and go to the beach over there. But
Sure.
yeah, but Great Lakes. I haven't. I've been in Chicago. Like last time I
Hmm.
was in Chicago like 2 years ago, but it was never like on top of my mind to be like, hey, let me go check that out real quick.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Um, so what's the commitment? Is it when you enlist? How long?
They have a 4-year contract.
Okay. And is it like you go through basic training or whatever it is? I'm sorry if I
Yes,
don't
sir.
know the terminology.
Basic. No, no, you're good. Basic. Different branches have different terminology. So for this one, it'll be strictly Navy.
Okay.
We go through basic training, then we go through A school, and at A school we go to our duty station.
And never to San Diego?
I unfortunately didn't get sent to San Diego for my job. There's a lot of jobs at that time
Hmm.
when I was in that when you got the orders, they're sending a lot of them to San Diego. I don't know why for me. I guess because they
Hmm.
felt like they're doing me a favor. but they put me in Jacksonville. I wanted to go
Oh,
see something else.
yeah, totally.
I didn't
San
want to
Diego
be in
is
Florida.
awesome. So did you get out after 4 years?
Yeah, I was out, and then I lived a civilian life for a while,
Uh-huh.
um, and just that's about it. You
Is there
know,
anything
just
fun?
basically live normal. Hmm?
Is there anything fun about, like being in the service?
Oh yes, I mean it was. I mean, there's a lot of things are repetition, but
Uh-huh.
at the same time too, it's kind of different in a way. Like, well, like okay, so I was a storekeeper in the
Hmm.
military, which is work logistics, basically a clerk, a shipping clerk,
Hmm.
filing, receiving, warehouses, you
Sure.
name it. That's what I went in as. Um, After getting in trouble in my division, I got sent over to OJT, on the job training and
Okay.
security as a master at arms, as a military cop.
Oh,
They thought
wow.
they were, yeah, they thought they were pulling a wool over me. Come to find out, I had the best time of my life over there.
Oh, really? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
keep in touch with people?
Oh, there's probably only one person on my Facebook that I know that I was actually working with in the Navy, but I lost contact with like basically everybody. Oh, excuse me, two people, my twin and
Uh-huh.
then my homeboy.
And
Um,
that's it.
yeah, my twin. I call him my twin because we were both born on the same month, day, and year around
Oh,
the same
wow.
time, except he was born in Michigan,
Uh-huh.
and then I was born in the South. I was born in Florida.
But that's pretty cool. Like same day, same age, same year.
And we met up. The thing is like when I got sent over to work security, he got
Hmm.
sent over from his division to work security as well. I forgot whatever reason why he got sent over there. So
Uh-huh.
we're working outside. We're working a post one day, like and it's late night. We're just bored, and then I'm like, oh, like we're talking about birthdays, and I'm like, oh, my birthday about to come up, and he's just like, oh, what is it? And I told him my birthday. He was like, stop lying. I'm like, first of all, I just met you. Like, who you calling a liar?
Yeah, totally.
You know? So then, but then like we looked at our military ID cards, same exact day, month, year.
Wow, that's weird. It's creepy and really cool. Um,
Yeah.
so at this point in your life, when this is all going on, you're working security. Is there any like seed in your head about, oh, I might want to try becoming a professional wrestler? Is that in
Funny
your
you mention
mind at
that.
all?
Not at all, but funny you mention that because in 2006 I was outside of our base. I was stationed at Naval Station Mayport. So outside of our base there was a wrestling ring. So somebody had put on an outside show at that point in 2006. But the
Yeah.
ring was just there. It just there in the parking lot. We're just like, whatever, let's get in and try it. So, I'm taking rock bottoms and stuff, we
Oh,
getting choke slams. So that's my first time I actually stepped into a ring was in 2006.
wow.
But yeah, like I said, it was just there in the parking lot. We're just like, who would leave a wrestling ring here?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's try it out.
And did you come
And
back
then,
later and it vanished?
yeah, literally
Yeah.
the next day it was gone. We were just like, oh,
Did you ever get
we try to bring
answers
more
as to
people.
what it was there for?
Not at all.
No.
Until I got into the business and then I started learning about independent wrestling and everything else. I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense why I saw the wrestling ring. There's probably a show there, that weekend or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And unfortunately, the promoter left it there where anybody can get into it, i.e., me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay, so you get out of the Navy. Do you move home at this point? Do you go out on
Yeah,
your
I'm
own?
I'm back in Orlando, but
Hmm.
then I moved to Houston, Baytown, actually to be specific, for a
Okay.
little bit, and then I moved to New York as well. And then I just been back in Orlando for the most part.
May I ask what the moves to Texas and to New York was a woman involved?
Oh no.
Oh, okay,
The
okay.
a woman involved is the reason why I came back to Florida.
Got it. Oh, nice. Okay, so that'll end up in a couple years. We'll tell that tale, the love story. Um,
I'll tell you quickly. Got with her,
uh-huh.
moved, moved, moved back because she didn't want to move out the state, stayed, got married, got divorced. The end.
Oh, the end. Okay, so you're starting a new
Yeah,
book. Um,
yeah. We've been divorced for a while now, so
I got divorced once too. It's nothing. Most people do. Um,
yeah, I'm
it's weird people who don't get divorced. Um, okay, so what's going on in your head at this point? You're moving around. Are you have you kind of like found something that you enjoy doing?
no, honestly, I'll just living life, honestly,
Yeah.
just
Were you happy?
yeah. I was happy. I was
Uh-huh.
happy. But I was just living life. It was nothing spectacular. It just,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was just like a normal life, just working and
Sure.
just,
So
chill when I'm off.
how do you go from just like a normal life, like my life, to finding a trainer? You know what I mean? Like to like
Okay, okay, okay. So I'll give you like an outline of what happened.
great.
So I go to Earth Day birthday with the ex-wife
Okay.
um in 2015. There's a wrestling promotion there, an independent wrestling promotion there. I have never seen, and I've been to shows, WWE,
Yeah.
but I never into the CW, but I never seen um an independent promotion in front of me. So I'm watching
Yeah.
like, oh, holy shit, like this is interesting. And everybody's playing music. It's Earth Day birthday. I didn't care about the concerts. Here's the wrestling right here. I'm gonna sit there and watch this. This is what I
Yeah.
know. So, and then fast forward, I end up getting divorced,
Mhm.
and then I'm like, okay, well, I need to go do something with my life, you know. And then and I went to, I came across that same promotion again. I went to their show, seeing it. I was like, that's interesting. Then I was like, how do you train? But then I went to a different show, and then I stuck with that promotion,
Really?
and that's how I started training at. Yeah.
So do you have to like go up to like the promoter like and introduce yourself and say, "Hey,
Yes, the proper way. Yes, you go up, you say, hey, hello, my name is such and such. Um, I'm I want to I'm showing interest. You're basically showing interest that you want to train.
yeah,
Then the promoter or coach more times than one they're one and the same person.
sure.
Um, they'll sit you down, they'll have a conversation with you, see your aspirations, see your goals, see if it's something that you're serious about or just something that you just feel for the moment.
Mhm.
So
Do you think if you hadn't gotten divorced, you'd be a pro wrestler right now?
I would not be.
You would not be. See, it's good. When
I would
I
not
got
be.
divorced, I got a hooker. You went and became a pro wrestler. That's amazing. So the trainer's like, what? Like, okay, show up here tomorrow, or like, was it far
Okay,
from where
so
you were living?
not even. It was only like a 15-minute drive, and it was just not actually probably like a 10 to 12-minute drive, honestly.
Hmm.
And I went to the show, and it was like, okay, and I was like, hey, I can start paying my dues on this date. They're okay, and then obviously, when I started paying dues, I can paying the fees, I can go there and
Yeah.
train. So I started training.
Did you have any nerves like the first day, like on your way? Or do you get anxiety?
I've had anxiety before, but
Uh-huh.
no, and that I guess I mean, I get the BGs at times,
Uh-huh.
but not in a bad way. Like I use the bathroom, but it's like more like a reality check of like what's about
Uh-huh.
to happen. So it like it keeps me alive. It keeps me here.
Yeah, sure.
Um, but no, I was excited. I was like, oh snap, I finally get to start training. Like, I'm thinking in my head, oh, all the stuff I'm gonna be doing, and everything else, and just like it was it was everything I was expecting because I was excited. I learned my lockup. That was like the first thing. Is like my lockup. Like I spent like most of my training learning the first day how to lock up
At 10 p.m.
properly.
of day one of training, were you in pain?
No,
No. Okay. So, so when did you start? Did you start feeling pain, like chronic pain at all at any point?
no. I mean, I've had pain prior to because of the
Okay.
military,
Yeah.
but my
Oh,
body just. I'm an athlete anyway, so it's just my pain tolerance is much higher than the average person's pain tolerance.
were you
So
in
what's
good
up?
shape when you went in?
Yeah,
And could you tell? Were you like? Were there other guys who you were like,
I didn't.
head over?
I can I can't say I was really focused on like the comparison aspect of
Hmm.
it. I I was just more so like focused on like, hey, what do I need to learn to get to
Hmm.
what I want to do?
And do you
So,
have to like? Are is while you're doing this, like, is it in the back of your mind like that? You're like you have to impress somebody.
oh, definitely. Oh,
Is
I
that
was making sure. Oh, go
is
ahead.
that hard to balance thinking about that and executing what you want to do?
At times, I'm a perfectionist,
Okay.
so it kind of helped. It kind of helped anyways because I wanted to impress my trainers and
Hmm.
show like, hey, I'm here for the long haul. Like, I want to learn this. Teach me everything I want to learn. Like, I don't take it easy with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to pause at this point. So you're
Okay.
training. Do your parents know that you're doing this at that point?
Oh yeah, very
Okay. And
supportive.
what were their thoughts about it?
Oh, my dad loved the idea.
Oh, I
Both my
bet
parents
he
loved the
did.
idea actually. They both loved it. They were like, "Go for it," very supportive of it.
Are your parents together still?
Hmm.
Because I'll need a good family structure to come into. Because initially, it might be difficult. The adoption thing. We'll talk about that later. Um. So, are you? This I should ask at the end, but I want to ask now. Um. Has your dad ever expressed to you since you've become a pro wrestler that he's proud of you?
Oh, every day,
Wow.
every day. I mean, he shares my stuff on social media all the time. I mean, it's to the point. Anytime I want a championship, I present it to him first.
Wow. That's amazing.
Because yeah, 'cause I did. The thing is, my dad is an American football fan. Like
Yeah.
he loves watching American football, but he also loves wrestling. I'm not more. I played American football, but recreational, not more so organized. So not like I can bring home trophies for him, to
Yeah.
show him. But with wrestling, even at the age I'm at now, is like, hey dad, and he's just like, hell yeah, he's like,
Wow.
this is to see my parents' eyes light up every time is just like that's satisfaction in itself.
Do you think that your
So,
dad loves you more than your siblings? You don't have
oh
to.
no,
You don't have to
easily.
answer it. I'm gonna
Oh no, it's all
think
good.
yes.
Is it?
Say whatever you want.
He loves all of them.
No, no, no. It's not. I'm not very smart, but mathematically, no, or scientifically, he probably clearly likes you more than the other kids. Um. Okay, so how are you progressing? Like, are you going learning stuff and picking it up at a pretty steady clip? And then, so
And
when's
all
your
the
first match?
oh, okay. So so I started in March of 2018.
Hmm.
My first match, okay, so my first unofficial match was that same month
Okay.
with at a seminar with
Mhm.
and I wrestled Tony Storm, another
Oh,
local great wrestler, great worker,
hmm.
good guy too, as
Was
well
that the
as
Savio
that.
Vega seminar?
No, that
No,
was
go on.
later on that month. That's when Coach
Okay,
was
go
formed.
on.
Um, at that seminar that month, he worked me in a match um, for that seminar. And then in May, we had a show at Pro Wrestling 2.0. That's where
Hmm.
I trained at the school. And
Uh-huh.
I was in a squash match. And so it was like, even though it was quick, it's technically a official match. But my
Yeah.
official working match was with my tag team partner, Eli Knight, in
Uh-huh.
October of
Did
2018.
is it still fun working a squash match? It's not
Not at
fun at
all.
all.
Not at
Like,
all.
so were you kind of like down about that,
Nope.
or does
I was
everyone have
like,
to go through that?
I was like, no, let me know when I'm ready to get back in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. This is okay. That's cool. I'll do this. That's cool. I'm ready to get back in that ring though.
Oh, okay. Well,
You know,
that's
so
a great ed. That's why you're still a professional wrestler.
yeah. Oh, you
Okay.
have to love this. You have to love this to keep on doing it. If you have, excuse me, I know you're about to say something, but this is a
No.
caveat to that.
Sure.
You have to love this business to keep on doing it. I mean, the what we put our bodies through, what we, at times there's I mean, there's even psychological issues that people may have at times in this business, that they got to go through. So it's like if you don't love this business, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah. Um, when did you um when did you meet Nick and Eli?
Okay, cool. So Nick, okay, so I met Nick around March, April of 2018, shortly afterwards, and
Okay.
we clicked right away. Um, and then
Outside the ring?
Eli, yeah, we clicked like in training, and we just happened to like it was just like a bond, like just right away,
Sure.
outside the ring as well.
Hmm.
And Eli came, but I had hurt my ankle right when he
Hmm.
came to the school, so I heard about him through other people that was training there, but I haven't met him at that point yet. So I
Okay.
met him around like May of
Okay.
2000, around the end
2018.
of April, early May 2018. Yeah.
Okay.
And then at the
Are
Savio
are they
Vega
your work
seminar,
wives?
we we are I'm not gonna say work wives, work husbands, but I'm gonna
Hmm.
say we are basically work married to each other.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's a better way to put it.
Yeah,
Um.
we are work married to each other.
Okay. So, what happens at the Savio Vega seminar?
Savio Vega, he's revamping up for IWA to
Hmm.
make the return that October.
Okay.
So, he wanted tag teams as well. Um, Me and Eli happen to be the only black people there, so we got paired up.
Oh,
And
now
then
does
Nick,
that annoy you, or like you're
nah,
happy about it?
honestly, I mean, seeing how we got to now, I mean, that was a genius move on Savio Vega alone. I mean,
Sure.
technically, we do say he's the godfather of culture because he's the one who
Hmm.
threw us together. Because I mean, I know Eli has single aspirations, but I can't speak too much on him because that's his story for whenever
Sure.
he wants to tell it.
Sure.
But I know for me, when I when me and Nick click, I was like, hey Nick, would you want to be my manager? Because in my mind I was gonna be singles.
Uh-huh.
And then like I said, IWA when he threw us together, well, me and Nick was already together anyways, and Nick was already cool with Eli anyways.
Okay.
So um, us three just it was just like boom. Savio Vega, like it's like he looked like years into the future or something, and
Yeah,
like
totally.
these guys are gonna be good.
Nostradamus. Do
Yeah,
you do,
like these guys are gonna be good.
look at tag team wrestling completely differently than you did when you first
Completely
got it?
different.
Do you prefer it?
Completely. They're apples and oranges to me.
Okay.
Um, but I will say I love tag team wrestling. I mean, like the respect I have for it. I mean, I loved it growing up, but not to the extent I do now.
Okay.
And when I work solo, I mean it's cool and all, but at times, I travel alone. And which I don't mind traveling alone. Again, I'm military. I'm used to just traveling anyways.
Sure.
I'm used to road trips, whatever I gotta do. I'm used to it being by myself.
Hmm.
But when you're with a team, it's like everybody just turns up. It's like everybody just feeds off the same energy. It's just like that much better, you know?
Is that the best part of being a pro wrestler? Those like relationships in those times, not necessarily in
Yes,
the ring.
yes. It's the times outside the ring. It's Oh man, I can even say like even when we make our promos alone, like I have like they don't realize that I have so many of our bloopers from
Uh-huh.
all our promos that we've made for the most part since we got together. And
Oh
I'm just like
wow.
waiting to put it all together in a documentary because I laugh at them every time.
Oh my God. That's gold that you're sitting on.
I have them
Um,
all saved, you know.
this is off the subject, but how does a pro wrestler come up with a move that no one else has done? Are you striving to find that one move that no one like? Is it like when I was growing up and you were growing up, Jordan, the dunk contest and stuff, they're
Hmm.
not doing what they do now, with the at the dunk contest. Is it just like there's only so many things you can do?
I must say, yes, there are so many innovators
Uh-huh.
of finishers. Now, excuse me, I mean, if I'm answering your question correctly, there are so many innovators of in this business, like especially on the independent scene. I'm talking about I've seen simple moves be turned like crazy, and I'm just like, whoa, what the hell did I just see? Like, and it's just like it's on the independent scene.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
will see some innovative stuff.
And are you constantly thinking of that, of thinking of
Oh,
things you
definitely.
can?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so, they say, don't fix what's not broken, but at the same time too, you want to innovate the wheel as well. You know, you want somebody to be like, oh shit, wow, like that's crazy. So like for me personally, like when I'm doing my studies, my tape studies, I'm looking
Yeah.
at different things. I'm like, what can I do? Because at the end of the day, like for a finisher, a
Mhm.
proper finisher should be able to put down any opponent of any size.
For sure.
So that's where my study goes when it comes to like me innovating any finishers I may have or come up with or any moves that I might come up with.
And like, do you have to like be mindful of what everyone else is doing?
You should because you don't want it to be a repeat or like let's say like I work somebody and we have like the same exact move set. It's like it's gonna be
Mhm.
boring as hell. It's just
Yeah, yeah. You might as well be just wrestling yourself, or your shadow. Okay,
it just Mhm.
take me through. Say you have a match on a Saturday evening. What's your day look like as you prepare for the match?
Okay, I
Hmm.
wake up, pack up my bags, pack up my merch,
Hmm.
um, get everything ready, go to the venue. I always grab snacks. I eat a good breakfast, but I grab snacks. I don't like to eat a
Nice.
full meal before any matches.
Okay.
So I get to the venue, do my, stretch, or excuse me, do all my salutations first.
Hmm.
Um, and then, get my stretching out, you know what I'm saying, and just see what's laid out for the card that night.
Is there an etiquette that, like, when you get to the venue, you go say hello to this person, this person, this
That's
person?
salutations, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And do, is that something that's instilled upon you very early on?
I mean, it should be in general, not even
Hmm.
just business wise. I mean, like as a person, I mean, you would want to know like who you're around,
Hmm.
so it's kind of like it should be a natural instinct. But then again, too, I can't speak for everybody. I'm not even gonna attempt to.
Okay,
So it's
okay.
just for me, it's just I when I go to places, I don't mind introducing myself unless I'm just
Hmm.
like not feeling myself that day or not feeling the crowd like the room. Then I'm
Hmm.
just like, oh hey, hello, hello, and I'll just go about my business.
Oh, okay. Um, so okay, here. This is when you go to say AEW,
Right.
when you're wrestling there, is that like is it the same thing? Like you have to be very there's a certain etiquette to
Oh,
follow when you're
definitely.
going to
That's
even a promotion like that.
I mean, not just for I mean, okay, so on a big scale,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. On a
Okay.
small scale, definitely. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's just in the business in itself, whether you're at a small local promotion or at a large one, the etiquette still remains the same.
Okay. Was that exciting, the AEW experience?
Oh, yes, it was.
It was.
Yeah,
Were you nervous at all, like
not
going
at
there?
all.
No.
No.
Is it? Is it? Well, I mean, I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional wrestler, so maybe we definitely look at it differently. But is there any like, oh my god, I saw him on TV last night? Any of that, like being starstruck at all, or you have to kind of
I mean,
pretend?
there's okay, so I mean, I'm not gonna say who I be getting starstruck by, but there's times
Yeah,
where I've
yeah.
been to, where I've been backstage, whether it's at WWE or AEW, and I was like, oh
Hmm.
shit. But I keep it to myself. But I
Yeah,
definitely get
yeah.
starstruck at times. I
It,
keep it professional.
it's like you score a touchdown, act like you've done it before. Like
Yeah, basically, act like you've been there already.
can can you watch wrestling anymore as a fan, like you and your dad, or is it's all
I
tape
still do.
study basically?
Oh, okay, to be fair. Okay, so
Hmm.
with my dad and my
Hmm.
brother, we can watch it as fans
Hmm.
when we do watch it together. We
Hmm.
can watch it as fans, but we'll all pick it apart, you know. And my dad, he'll pick everything apart quicker than me now.
Really? But
So
that's
it's
like you'd rather have that, right?
yeah, but now the big fan part of me is at independent shows. And a lot of
Hmm.
people don't like, there's times where even if I'm not booked on a show and there's a show going on, I will go to that show and sit in the crowd and enjoy the show as a fan.
Oh, that's
Like
cool.
I'm a big fan of independent wrestling.
Do you have IWTV?
No,
Okay.
I
Does your
was trying
dad?
to score. No, actually I was telling him about it. I was trying to score because I've been on IWTV. I figured, I should be able to have access to it somehow, but there was no way around it for me. I got to pay the subscription as well. So I was
Well,
actually about to pay for it and put the app and then, put my dad onto it because I was telling my dad like growing up, I didn't know about this independent wrestling. Like I wish I did. Like
yeah.
I didn't hear about like ROH until like until I got into the business. I knew about TNA 'cause I went to a TNA show back in '07.
Yeah.
I took my siblings there and it goes at Universal. But it was just like I I didn't know about the independent scene. And like now that
Hmm.
I'm in the business, oh, I'm a big fan of the independent scene.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I'd
awesome.
rather go to an independent show.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. It's so much more fun. Like if, as a fan, like and do you what would you say is like the best part of being a professional wrestler? From the kid from when you were a child fan. What can you say now is like the best part?
The fans.
Really?
I mean, well, there's a lot of best parts. So excuse me, let me break that down because I have a lot of key parts that's important to me. The
Okay.
fans, because the interaction, like the people that you touch, and how they remember you. It's like, wow, like I wish people who, like everybody would know how this feeling is, it's a great feeling. Whether I'm getting cheered or booed, I'm in their head, like I'm entertaining them, excuse me, like they're being entertained by me and my talents. I appreciate that, you know. And then like the relationships you build with people, that's like one of the best parts as well. Like I've forged like numerous relationships that it's like I can only thank wrestling for.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm sorry about this popped into my head. Your brother.
Mhm.
I mean, you could take him down easily. All right, you didn't.
My
You
brother, he's younger
the
than me,
look
but he
said
looking bigger
enough.
than me. He look, it'd be a struggle. It's not
For,
gonna be no walking apart. I had the
okay,
strip
okay.
away.
There'd have to be alcohol involved. It sounds like. Um, do you ever? What was the last time you took a vacation? Do you ever get to, or like, are you trying to work every weekend?
Um, my last actual vacation was, damn, when I go, I know I went on vacation recently. Oh, I actually, damn, actually, wow. My last vacation, okay, so I'm saying my last family vacation
Uh,
would probably be when we went to California a year or two ago.
okay.
No, excuse me, I went to St. Lucia in 2018 with my parents, actually. That was my last
Oh,
vacation with one of my exes, yeah. And then my parents, yeah, I took a vacation to St. Lucia.
oh, okay. But nothing on the horizon.
I plan on to soon.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, see, last year I should have went on vacation
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
had the low plane prices. I should have took advantage of that, but I decided to work a regular shoot job
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
shows wasn't really going on at the time and money got to come
Uh-huh.
in. So, but when I do my shows, like when we travel, um, for shows and everything else, I make that my vacation. Like I make sure like
Oh,
I try to get to the city like a day before or as early as possible the day of, just so I can
uh-huh.
enjoy the city just for a little bit
Oh,
and then go
cool.
work basically.
That's great that you allow that time for yourself. Like, so it's not all about wrestling.
Yeah, it's like I love wrestling to death. But at a time too, it's too much of anything could be bad for you. You have
Yeah,
to do everything in
exactly.
moderation.
Malik, I could go on. We've learned a lot today, but I have to make sure the Buffalo Bills destroy the Patriots tonight, strictly for money and not because I'm a fan of either team. But
All good.
before I let you go, can I ask you five non-wrestling related yes or no questions?
Okay.
Okay. The first one is, can you skydive without wetting your pants?
Yes, I scored a skydive a few years ago at 15,000 feet. My bad. Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Have you ever cried during an Adele song or performance?
No.
Okay, good. For $1.4 million, would you, for the rest of your life, the only way you could drink liquid is through a baby bottle, an 8 ouncer?
For
$1.4 million
1.4?
dollars after
Nah.
taxes. No? Okay.
Nope.
Um, Fourth question. Are you afraid of people with yellow teeth?
Yes.
Okay, that's a great answer. And finally, is there any circumstance where you'd eat a golden retriever?
Oh, what?
Eat a golden retriever?
I
Okay, I can tell
mean,
by the
it's circumstances. I mean, listen, I mean, there's nothing else like to eat. I mean, talking about like no food. Naturally,
yeah.
no. I don't believe in eating animals. I
Okay.
mean, eating
So
like
like
dogs
if
and
you
stuff.
were in
But
Korea, um, and someone said, "Hey, here's a golden retriever and green beans and some mashed potatoes," you would say
oh
no.
no, oh
Great,
no, I
great,
love
good.
pets. Oh no, I
Okay,
love animals.
yeah. Are you like? Do you like animals more than people?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm
I,
one of those types
yeah.
as well. Um, Thank you so much for coming on and answering my stupid questions that pop into
Not
my
really good.
head.
It was fun.
But it was great. It was great talking to you. I was looking forward to this today, and it definitely didn't disappoint. Where are you wrestling next?
Reality of wrestling on. Let me check my calendar.
Sure.
December 11th, 2021. We will
So,
coach
are you
myself
driving
along with
there?
Coach. No, we're flying out there.
Okay, okay. I was
Myself
gonna
along with
say,
Culture Inc.
are you
will
excited
be at
about that?
Reality Wrestling. Oh yes, every time I go to Houston, I mean it's love. I love Houston. I used to live there, and We will be at the Reality of Wrestling, which is Booker T's promotion. We will
Yep.
be defending our tag team titles.
Nice. Well, that
So,
sounds awesome. And then it's going to take you through that holiday you don't like, and then through New Year's. Would you wrestle on Christmas?
no,
Not this year, but just in general.
no,
No. Okay. Okay. So your
family
disdain
time.
for the holiday is to the degree I thought it was.
Yeah,
All right, Malik, thank you so much. And I hope that you stay
yeah, thank
healthy
you.
and safe. And
You as well.
wishing you a happy and healthy new year. And hopefully we can talk in the future.
Definitely, definitely
All
looking forward
right.
to it. Thank you again for
All
having
right.
me.
Take care. Bye.
You too.